Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. It is a beautiful day, the last day of February. Believe it or not, February is over. We're counting down 2 months gone in 2014. Remember to list your goals, all the things you want to achieve for 2014, and go over them again because time is moving by pretty quickly. I'm just so happy that Michelle is here with us. Michelle Rouge by Michelle. She's a makeup artist, and we have her very lovely model who will be our canvas this morning for the makeup. And this morning we're going to give you a tutorial. I know you love to go on YouTube and you YouTube all these little tutorials. Well, today on Good Morning Antigua Barbuda, we're giving you a makeup tutorial, and of course it's all about ear brushing. Good morning to you, Michelle. All is well and well is all. You can call me B, girl.
I like B.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay, I like B too.
So what I'm here to show, and I'm very excited to do, is all about airbrush makeup. I mean, airbrush makeup is now thick. Well, it's been there for a long time ago. It's now getting to Antigua and people are becoming familiar with it. But airbrush makeup, what it is, it's water-based, right? So you don't have to use a lot of product to get good coverage.
Okay.
And meaning water-based, it's waterproof. Sweat doesn't affect it that much like traditional foundation or concealer and stuff like that. Airbrush makeup, in my opinion, is the best thing Dinair, which is a company that I use, has created. I got introduced to it from a friend in London, and ever since I'm in love with airbrush makeup. Very lightweight, very lightweight. I mean, whenever you apply it on your face, it feels as though you're not wearing makeup, but you can see that you're wearing makeup.
Because sometimes when you put makeup on or when persons apply it for you, you can feel like you're wearing a mask.
Right.
You can feel a little heavy on the face. You walk around and you know there's something on your face.
Exactly.
So you're saying that airbrushing can eliminate that?
Not can, it does, because as I said, it's water-based. So when you apply it into this, which is called the air gun, it comes out as a mist.
Wow.
Right? So it falls on your face like little tiny bits of drops, right? And airbrush makeup actually mimics the way a camera looks at the skin in megapixels, because when you shoot it through the gun, it comes out in little dots, and that's exactly how the camera sees your face. In traditional or regular makeup, the camera would see makeup and skin.
Right.
In airbrush, the camera just sees skin.
Wow.
And there's minimum touching up or editing, you know, because when a photographer needs to edit the pictures and so on. So with airbrush makeup, any photographer would tell you there's not a whole lot editing doing, because it is so flawless the way it falls on the skin.
Can anyone do airbrush, or it takes a professional?
Anyone can, but you must get training.
Okay.
And it is, I won't say it's the most difficult thing, but you have to have...
Sounds difficult to me.
Well, you have to have the knowledge of it, because there's some pros and cons to it. Like, because it's water-based, it can't be mixed with any oil product, because of course, you know, water and oil don't mix. Right, so you must have the knowledge of it. And once you have the knowledge of it, of course, you can use it.
Here's a quick question.
Sure.
When you use airbrushing, do you need to use powder?
Powder that is specifically made for airbrush. Because if you use like regular MAC powder on airbrush, because it's water-based, you'll see the powder separate and the water separate on your face.
Wow.
So it has to be powder.
Sounds nasty.
Very nasty. I mean, it looks like real drag queen stuff going on. So you must have the powder that is specifically made for airbrush makeup.
Excellent. And I see you brought your model with
Kiki.
you this morning.
Isn't she beautiful?
She is so pretty.
Yes.
For eyeshadows, when you're using airbrush, do you have to use specific eyeshadows?
Yes, airbrush eyeshadow. What you can actually do, some people, what they do, they use a foundation in airbrush, but use a regular eyeshadow on your eyes.
So if regular eyeshadow is okay?
On the eyes.
On the eyes.
Because you usually don't put the airbrush over the eyes, right? So you can use regular eyeshadow on your eyes, but if you use airbrush foundation, you can't use a powdered blush, you can't use anything creamy,
oil-based,
right? Because you'll see the separation. So anytime you go to get airbrush makeup done and they're putting on, let's say, moisturizer that is oily and water-based, just know, as soon as you get outside, you'll see the separation of your makeup, and it's all gonna come
Yeah,
to the
ring
remote.
around the face.
Right. Clung like, I
Yeah,
call
know
it,
that.
right?
So you will be making her up this morning?
I am.
Okay, let's begin.
Right.
She's so cute.
So, very cute. So what you usually start with when you're doing airbrush makeup, this is called liquid powder.
Liquid
Right? Liquid powder, right? And as I said, it's specifically made for airbrush makeup.
Liquid
powder. You never heard of that, right?
No, not in my
airbrush
life.
makeup, right?
Okay.
So this is like priming the face,
Uh-huh.
right? So we use a little goes a long
I did
way.
expect it to be white.
Right, but it's
Liquid
gonna
powder.
work into her skin, and you put it in the T-zone area, the places that you know she'll be a little oily. And you notice I'm just dabbing.
I would have just wiped that
No.
on.
And this is very expensive stuff, so you a little
So you
would
want
go.
to use just a little at
Not
a
that you want to, a little would go a long way. I mean, if you have a client who needs more, of course, you know, you'll have to apply more. So we put it in the T-zone area, right? And that's going to keep her nice and matted. No, because you know, sometimes you wear makeup and you get this oily look.
Right.
So that is going to help with
Do you
that.
need to moisturize the rest of the face
Yes.
before you airbrush?
Yes, but I already did that in the sake of time. This is the
Okay.
moisturizer here, and as
Okay.
you can see, it's airbrush.
Wow,
It's not
it's very
regular.
light.
Yes. But when it goes on the face, it just works into, because the body heat, your body heat just works everything
Okay.
into your skin, right?
Okay.
So that's the first thing you would apply, and then you use your liquid powder. Liquid powder helps with the sheen, the shine. You don't want to have a runny, you know, oily
Yes.
face or whatever. So
Especially if you already have oily skin.
exactly. So with this, and there's another product which I don't have here right now. It's for any lines, because you know sometimes we can have, even though they say black don't crack, we
Black cracks, okay?
we do get a little crack
Black
here
does
and there. You
crack.
know, it does crack. So the product that I have kind of fill the lines in so that everything looks nice and plump and juicy and so on.
Okay, so we're gonna fire up the machine.
Right. So what I'm gonna do
Wow.
with airbrush makeup,
Okay, let me
because
get
I
a
said
close-up.
right, because I said it's water based, right? What would happen? You'll find that the water would come to the top and the
Okay.
product to the bottom. So you must
Shake it up.
and there's some mixing balls. You hear
Right.
those balls moving
Yes.
around there. So once you look to the bottom, you see that it's clear. You can then, and you just need a few drops of this. I would put about 5 to 4 drops.
Oh,
Well, a little bit more, right?
okay, right.
And her
It's so
shade
light,
is in
it's
very
like-
light. Her shade is in nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
Right.
What shade would I wear? Like a caramel or?
You would be, and the good thing with airbrush makeup, just like regular makeup, you can mix to get your perfect shade.
Oh, that's
Like
cool.
this one is dark almond, and this is nutmeg, so we can probably mix them
Mix
together.
them to get the perfect.
So it's not a problem as to, oh, can I get my shade and stuff like that. It's just like regular makeup, but it's done through a gun and it's water-based.
All right.
And it takes a lot of practice.
I can see that. Everything
Right.
sounds very complicated, but luckily there are professionals like
Thank you.
who can do it.
So
and do
that's
it
why
well.
training comes in, you know?
Yes.
So if you notice, you see the colors coming out there,
Yes.
right? And that's her foundation shade.
Wow.
So I'm going to ask Kiki, because we have a little short plug.
Sure, no
So
problem.
Just hold on to that for me. And if you notice, she has a little bit of spots,
Okay, go ahead.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to apply. See, it's coming out in a mist.
Should she close her eyes?
And she can if it's affecting her, but it shouldn't.
Okay.
Right. So
Wow. If you're just joining us, we're getting a makeup tutorial this morning on
Sorry.
airbrushing and the benefits of airbrushing. And we have Rouge by Michelle.
right.
And what she's doing is she is actually
Sorry.
putting on the airbrush now on our model, our very cute model.
For some reason, my throat is
Yeah, I'm
acting
having
up
that
a
same.
bit.
Does it normally
Okay.
do that?
No, not the airbrush. I just got a dry throat. So what I'm trying to do is cover the spots that she has
Yeah.
there. So you come in a little closer and you pull very lightly on the trigger and we try to cover her spots. And we come down to the rest of the, right? Just lean up for me. And we
It'd
bring
be
it
good
down.
for me to have that something like that in the morning.
This is perfect
So
for
I
you
could
in
just
your
put
profession.
on
Exactly. And
my
it's quick,
makeup
very
and-
lightweight. And if you look at it, you can see, well, oh, maybe nothing is going on, right? But
Because I'm wondering, where is the makeup? I'm
right, but
looking for
it's coming out, and it gives you, what airbrush makeup does, Mr. It gives you the feeling of having really, really good skin, even though you
my.
may not. Right?
I'd love to have that feeling.
So it gives you that clean, clear canvas.
So can you airbrush different parts of the body?
Of course.
Your legs?
Of course. I mean,
I know in pageantry, the girls, they normally get their legs
Okay.
airbrushed.
right, you can use it any part. I mean, airbrush makeup is so dynamic. It can actually make your legs appear smaller because you can, you know, do shading using a darker color, lighter color, and so on, stuff like that. So it's very, very good, Brazil, I'm telling you, especially for brides. It's very lightweight, and a lot of brides don't want on their wedding day where they feel makeup heavy and it just look cakey.
Now,
and,
you know
what
sometimes
I mean?
some makeup, as soon as you touch your face, it comes off. You hug someone. I see a lot of men sometimes, they'll have makeup on their shirt
Right.
because some woman hugged them and put it there.
But
Does this makeup come off easily?
Because this makeup is water-based, it dries instantly on the face.
Okay.
Instantly. I mean, look, I can do this and nothing would come off, right?
Wow.
So that's, I mean, there's so many benefits to it. And what it also does, Marcella, for me, I had problems with my face at one time. I'll get a lot of breakout.
Yes.
And because it's water-based,
I
it
have that
actually
problem as
helps your
well.
skin.
Okay.
Yeah, it helps your skin heal because, you know, there's not a whole lot of preservatives or chemicals. There's no silicone. There's no nothing in it. It's just water and the color for your product mixed together. So you see, it's a nice build-up. You're getting a nice clean canvas on our face, right? And we can add more as we go along as to what, pull your lips in a little, what, how much coverage we need. But we have covered most of our spots, right?
So when you're finished, what is the next step?
Right, so that's the foundation. We've applied that. So we're gonna do the eyeshadow. And with airbrush makeup, you have the blush, you have lipstick, you have
So
eyeshadows.
everything comes in the airbrush.
Everything comes with
Okay,
airbrush.
excellent.
So you don't have to worry about.
So we're gonna do the
we're
eyeshadow
gonna
now?
do the eyes now.
And you can actually airbrush eyes?
Yes.
Oh, I thought
can.
I thought that they were a powder form.
No, no.
And
no,
you would
everything-
apply.
Everything is in a liquid form.
But that's like when you do your nails. Is
Right.
it similar?
It is. The gun that you use is similar, but of course the products won't be the same.
Right, of course
Right?
not.
But so this is if you can see,
Yeah, look
that's
at
the
that.
color that we're gonna use.
I don't know if the cameraman can zoom in a little bit. You can actually see
Right.
the color coming out on it. So is it important to always use a napkin or some?
Yeah, because you can see on the napkin the changes when
Right.
you use your gun. So you know it's not always, but you know you can see it.
Okay,
Right.
so let's do the eyeshadow.
So I'm gonna turn my transformer down to a slow dial because you want to be very
Gentle.
gentle with this because
Okay.
you don't want to overspill,
Close your eyes.
right?
Okay, so if you're just joining us, this is Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. And those of you listening via ABS Radio, we have Michelle here with us of Rouge, and she is doing an airbrush tutorial. For those of you who are wondering what's the latest trend in makeup, well, this is what they're doing. They're using the airbrush technique to put makeup on. It's not easy, but as she said, you just need a little training, and voila, you'll be able to do your own airbrushing. Or you can contact someone like Michelle, who's a professional to do it
of
for
course.
you.
So if you can look, turn this way. Close your eyes.
Wow.
Right. You see, that's the difference from that to
Look
that.
at that. I'm amazed.
I am too. I was. I must
I'm just
say.
going to peep and then turn your head this way. Do you all...
And it's just a little
keep it
bit,
right like
yes.
that so we can get the light on that. Close your
Right.
eyes. Raul, do you see the difference there? Look
Right,
at that.
just a little bit.
That is amazing. So you just did that with the airbrush.
just did.
And we're going to leave the camera a little close so we can,
Can
see
see
the
the-
magic,
right.
the magic happening right there with the other eye. It
Right.
looks like two colors. It looks
Actually,
gold.
it's a shimmer. It's a gold and a pink mix, so you get that nice.
Wow.
So we're gonna
Look,
apply.
I need this in the morning
Well,
so I can be early.
Call me, girl.
Look at
Right,
that. That
so
is
I'm doing the other
amazing.
eye.
Makeup takes a very long time to put on.
Yes.
Especially if you're not very good at it. It can take you forever to get it done. This seems to be quick.
It is quick, but you have to be precise. Because if you don't know where to angle the brush